Good evening, my name is Brittany Billings and today I will be discussing the labor induction process. This is a process that are most commonly used when there is a high-risk pregnancy. There are multiple methods that can be used, but the most common are a medication called Pitocin or breaking a mother's water. This process can take anywhere from 12 to 36 hours. The first step in this process is discussing this with your healthcare provider. They will then help you find a date. After this date is set, you will take a series of tests called a non-stress test. A non-stress test is to see how you and your baby will react to simulated contractions, to see how you will react during the real thing. Then, after this date is set, and if everything checks out with your non-stress test, then you will go to your hospital on the designated, assigned, scheduled day. Now, whenever you go to the hospital, you're going to check in and they're going to give you consent forms. These consent forms are consent to treatment. These are needed for treatment of you and your child. Then they'll move you to your room once these forms are signed, and they will give you an IV and they will take your blood. When they take your blood, this is to run any form of labs to check your levels, like your hemoglobin, and they'll even check your blood pressure to make sure you're not at higher risk once you're there. They will then start you on Pitocin if all of your levels are right where they need to be. This Pitocin will take time in order to work for dilation to occur. Then they will break your water after you're dilated to a certain point. When your water is broken, you will then wait again for further dilation. Once you reach 10 centimeters, delivery is usually occurred. After the baby is delivered, a mother is automatically considered postpartum. There's automatic skin-to-skin needed between baby and mother. This is essential to the life of the child. This is to regulate their heartbeat, their temperature, and much more. After you have your skin-to-skin and bonding and you're moving into your postpartum room, a series of tests are then performed on mother and child. These tests are also essential. These are to make sure that there are no complications with the mother like hemorrhaging or others, and to make sure that the baby's glucose levels are correct, the hearing test is passed, and many other things to make sure that baby is happy and healthy. Then after about 1 to 3 days, depending on the type of induction endured, mother and child will then be sent home. After they're sent home, it really is relieving. It was a long process, but it was most definitely necessary for the health of mother and baby. It's much worth it if it means that it's the safety of this new family. Thank you for listening to what moms have to endure in order to have their child happily and safely after being told that they have a high-risk pregnancy.